Mr. Harold was known as the most honest teacher in Riverville. Every student admired him for his integrity, even though his strict rules often made them groan. One day, during a math test, Harold noticed something unusual. Timmy, who usually struggled, was solving problems effortlessly. Suspicious, Harold decided to watch Timmy closely, but found no sign of cheating. Curious, Harold asked Timmy to stay after class and questioned him about his sudden brilliance. Timmy hesitated but confessed that his grandmother had given him a lucky pencil, claiming it had magical powers. Amused yet skeptical, Harold examined the pencil, which appeared completely ordinary. He decided to test Timmy's abilities without the pencil the next day to see if the magic was real. The following day, Timmy arrived without his lucky pencil and looked nervous. Harold gave him the same math problems, and to everyone's surprise, Timmy solved them just as quickly. Harold realized that Timmy had simply gained confidence from believing in the pencil's magic. Smiling, Harold told Timmy that the real magic was inside him, and the pencil was just a tool. Timmy beamed, feeling proud of himself for the first time. Harold knew this was a teaching moment he'd never forget. As the semester went on, Timmy's grades improved, and his classmates noticed the change. They began asking Timmy for help, and soon he was tutoring others. Harold watched with pride as Timmy transformed from a struggling student into a confident leader. The once quiet boy now spoke up in class, eager to share his knowledge. One day, during a school assembly, the principal called Timmy to the stage to receive an award for his academic improvement. The entire school cheered, and Timmy couldn't stop smiling. Timmy's transformation became the talk of the school, inspiring others to believe in themselves. Harold's heart swelled with pride as he saw the ripple effect of Timmy's success. However, one afternoon, a mischievous student named Bobby decided to play a prank on Harold. Bobby switched Harold's chalk with disappearing ink, hoping to confuse the teacher during class. As Harold began writing on the board, the words vanished almost instantly, leaving him bewildered. The students giggled, trying to hide their amusement. Harold quickly caught on to the prank and decided to turn it into a lesson. He pretended to be even more confused, acting as if the board had a mind of its own. The students laughed harder as Harold exaggerated his reactions, waving his arms dramatically at the disappearing words. Finally, he revealed the trick by writing on the board with a real piece of chalk. Sometimes, things aren't what they seem, Harold said with a grin, turning the prank into a teachable moment about perception. Bobby was embarrassed but also impressed by Harold's quick thinking. After class, Harold called Bobby aside and praised him for his creativity, but reminded him that pranks should never disrupt learning. Bobby apologized and promised to be more considerate. From that day on, Bobby became more engaged in class, channeling his mischievous energy into creative projects. Harold was pleased to see another student thriving under to inspire his students through his host guidance. As their school year progressed, Harold continued honesty and wit. He was more than just a teacher, he was a mentor, guiding them not only in academics but in life. One day, the school board visited Harold's classroom to observe his teaching methods. They were impressed by how engaged and enthusiastic the students were. The school board members were particularly intrigued by Harold's unique approach to discipline. Instead of punishing misbehavior, he turned every incident into a learning opportunity. One member asked Harold how he managed to a positive classroom environment in Sacramento. Harold simply replied, "I believe in the potential of every student, and I treat them with the respect they deserve." After the visit, the school board decided to implement Harold's methods across the district. Harold was humbled by the recognition, but remained focused on his students. One day, Timmy approached Harold with an idea for a school project, a kindness campaign. Timmy wanted to encourage students to perform random acts of kindness, inspired by Harold's teachings. Harold loved the idea and helped Timmy organize the campaign. Soon, the entire school was buzzing with excitement, eager to participate. Students began leaving encouraging notes for each other, helping with homework, and even organizing cleanup days around the school. The atmosphere in the school transformed into one of support and positivity. Harold watched with pride as Timmy's leadership skills blossomed through the project. The campaign became so successful that it gained media attention, and Timmy was invited to speak at a local event. Timmy's speech was heartfelt, thanking Harold for believing in him and inspiring him to believe in himself. The audience was moved, and Timmy received a standing ovation. Back at school, Harold's students presented him with a handmade World's Best Teacher award, which he proudly displayed on his desk. Harold felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing he had made a lasting impact. As the school year came to a close, Harold reflected on the journey he had shared with his students. He knew that the lessons they had learned together would stay with them for a lifetime. The final day of school arrived, and Harold was met with a surprise. Every student in his class had written him a thank you note. Harold read each one, his eyes brimming with tears of joy. As the students left the classroom for the last time, Harold stood by the door, shaking hands and offering words of encouragement. Timmy was the last to leave, and he gave Harold a big hug. "Thank you for everything, Mr. Harold," Timmy said, his voice filled with gratitude. Harold smiled warmly and replied, "You're going to do great things, Timmy. I believe in you." As Timmy walked away, Harold knew that he had fulfilled his calling as a teacher. The classroom was empty now, but Harold's heart was full. He sat down at his desk, reflecting on the year's challenges and triumphs. The honest teacher had not only taught his students, but he had also learned from them. Harold took a deep breath and looked out the window, feeling a sense of peace and accomplishment. He knew that honesty, kindness, and humor were the true keys to unlocking a student's potential. With a contented smile, Harold packed up his belongings, ready to start the next chapter in his life. As he walked out of the classroom, he knew that he would carry the memories of this year with him forever. The honest teacher had made a difference, not just in his students' lives, but in his own, and that, he realized, was the greatest reward of all. Moral: believing in others and treating them with kindness and respect unlocks their true potential.